Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Paint Party live stream. It's so good to be with you. My name is Steve, and I'm glad that you are here this evening with me. This is my Learn to Paint journey. If you've been here before, I think my camera is glitching. Sorry about that. I don't know what is going on. There we go. All right, we are back. Again, apologize for that. This is my Learn to Paint journey, where every week I meet you, or almost every week I meet you here in the studio, and we paint together, or I paint, you watch. You can participate in the live stream wherever you are watching, on whatever platform you're on, via the comments of that platform. Feel free to ask questions, make comments. I really enjoy engaging with you through the process, and I'll try to explain kind of what I'm thinking and what's going on as we go through the process. So let's jump right in and get started this evening. We are going to finish up this painting behind me. I've been working on this for several weeks, off and on. I haven't had a lot of chance to get into the studio. Been really kind of busy the last several weeks, and so have not had a lot of chance to work on this, but I would like to finish this or get it mostly finished this evening. This is one that I had started in acrylics several years ago, and then it sat for a while, and I came back and have been doing some different layers in oils, and I want to get that finished. I think we're almost there. It's just tightening up some of the perspective issues and the line work on this painting. So that's what we're gonna do this evening. Let's jump in. I'm gonna switch you over to this camera so that I can move this camera around and get everything set up. So we're gonna jump over here and get this set. Let me turn this around. All right. There, I think that's pretty accurate for what I am seeing. There, I'm trying to avoid putting glare on the image, so we'll get that set. All right, let's take a look here. And let me put here the reference. Of course, that's what I'm working off of. And let me also add my palette here. I am going to clean this up a little bit because the paint is really old. I haven't been, like I said, in the studio for the last couple of weeks. Life just got really busy, I'm just gonna say. But welcome, welcome, those of you just joining. So glad to have you. Welcome to the Paint Party live stream. Again, you can engage on the live stream via the comments wherever you're watching. Feel free to say hello. Always love seeing who's out there on my live stream software. I can see there are people out there, but I can't see who you are or where you are. So it is kind of nice to connect with you all. I hope your week is going well. I guess it is President's Day, so happy President's Day. I guess that's not a major holiday unless you're in banking or government, even then it's not a major holiday, but it is a holiday. So let's see. Well, it looks like the white is still usable. So, all right, I'm going to put some I'm going to put some paint on the palette here. So let's get this set. Then we'll jump right in. Good grief. That's no good. I hate these. When these lids get so tight you can't unscrew them. It's like a little bit frustrating. All right. We got the yellow. We'll get some burnt sienna. And let's see what else. Yellow ochre. I think it's been over 2 weeks since I've been in the studio, so it's been maybe even longer. I don't remember, but it's good to be back. Good to be back. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out. Well, I might be able to. I'm not sure if I'll be next week in studio. We'll see. But I'll be out a couple of weeks because I'm going on a little bit of a vacation. All right. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I know that I'm going to use this. I need a little, what I need is like a plier set or something to, oh, there it goes. Or I just need some elbow grease. Must have loosened it up. I know I'm going to need this blue for the sky, because that's one of the main we'll throw that over. I'll get a new glove here. All right, let me switch you back. Thanks for your patience. We'll switch you over to the painting and let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do with this one. Again, I want to get it done this evening. I'd like to get it done tonight. So let's see what we can do. All right. When we look at this, what is not working? Actually, let me step back and look at what's not working. Okay, I want to, it's pretty good. Like I'm pretty happy with what is going on here. What I think I want to do is, I think I want to leave this back portion really unformed, even though in the picture we see a lot more detail. But I think as a painting, I want to leave that unfinished or really imprecise, maybe is a better term. But in order to do that, I need to have a value change here so I really see this so I really see that this is in the background. And I think we can do that. It's almost there. I think it is a value shift, like I said, of... Okay, we'll put some medium out. Okay, so I think what we'll do is take a little white and a little brown. Just mix that together. Okay, that's going to be too light. So we'll need a little blue to darken this. Because we don't want it like a shadow color. Now it's a shadow color, so I need more brown, much more brown. Maybe some yellow. I might have to start over because that's really yellow. Maybe not. Maybe this will work. Let's see. Okay. It's kind of a pretty yellow. I don't want to go too yellow. But there is a component of that that is okay. Now, what I need to figure out also is how to draw these shadow. So somehow we need an in-between. There. Now, again, we have to figure out this is just not my strength. But that is okay, because we will figure it out. In Okay, so this is, I don't know why this left side is giving me such a mess. This right side is like, it doesn't bother me much at all. It's a little bit, like it reads the way I would like it to for the most part. And I don't know why I can't get the values and shapes and perspective correct on this side. But that's okay. I'm going to keep working on this. All right. Let me step back for a minute and take a look and see what I see. Honestly, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. It is kind of... Okay, I like this warm kind of rosy color better. Okay, let me see here. If we can basically carve out Okay, let me step back again, take a look. This is a challenge with this type of project because it could go, you could just keep nitpicking it forever. And so you have to kind of pick what you're going to get really hung up about and what you're not going to. I want to play with these values a little bit and really give the illusion that the light is bouncing off them. At different points. I should be able to key is so. give a few suggestions of lines back here. Because you just don't want it to be too, okay, back here. You don't want it to be too perfect. If that makes sense. Hey there, my friend. Thanks for popping in. Really appreciate it. Trying to figure out how to give the consistent illusion of these I think that is we'll give some Yes, 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 yes. What do you think? What do you think? Those of you that are still hanging out with me, what is off? I want to come in and work, I think, on the sky a little bit. So I have the sky color. Then I want to have a little bit of the let's see, because I want to come in here and clean some of this up. You can't really see it probably on camera, but there's some discoloration here from previous layers. So I want to just bring the sky in to really sharpen, hopefully to sharpen those edges up, and hopefully it will make the make the columns look a little more realistic. We'll see. We need this one. This kind of really saturated ooh. I think by bringing this back in, this really saturated green blue, I think really makes the sun look like it's shining, because it's almost like the sun's shining off of the sky itself. The sky almost glows, even though in the reference photo it's more of a darker. We can push this a little bit, and then we get that real contrast. with this green blue and then the more cool blue up above. And so you get that feeling of the whole thing is just glowing, which is a really cool effect. And I'm just realizing that as I'm doing it. Yeah, in a lot of ways it is, especially because I don't know what I'm doing really. I mean, obviously I gain skill as I, do it over and over and over. Then I realize, oh, that didn't work or this did work. But it really is it really is a meditative process of going back and forth. And it's also being patient enough to, especially once you put the paint down, to say, okay, I gotta let this go because it is, the paint is wet and there's nothing I can do now. It's kind of where it goes, if that makes sense. Let me step back. Yeah, because by pushing the values, the light, the dark, I really want to create the feeling when somebody looks at this. I've never been here. But when somebody looks at it, I want to create the feeling of like awe, or it takes your, that takes your breath away, in a way. And so by pushing some of these saturations a little, I want it to feel like if someone has been here, I want them to experience that same feeling of overwhelming, like, antiquity. I want that feeling to be there, if that makes sense. And now I'm just coming in here and putting some, because the reference photo doesn't give us this, but my paint strokes do, where this illusion or the suggestion of clouds in here, I just think it's so much more interesting. And again, we have the lights and the darks playing off each other, and it just is much more dynamic to me. What do y'all think? Am I off base? I don't think I am, but it's possible I could be. I don't want to get too precise. I do want it to read like a painting. This feels almost done. Like the spirit of the place feels almost done. It feels like I've been there. I have created what I need to create. Okay, I want to bring a little of this dark, a little of this blue down into here. I don't want it to be too green or too light, too turquoise, if that makes sense. I don't want it to be like, I don't want people to be able to see that I painted this section, this section. I want some variation in there. I messed up. But I think I can fix it. There. There. The other thing I need to do is on this side, because this and also up here. Where okay. Now we need to I'm taking some of this darker sky down because I really want all the focus to be here. So again, this is the fun part of the art to me, is learning how to direct the viewer's eye in a way that they don't even realize it's being directed, with the use of, like I said, colors or values. Bringing this value down. Look how much now all of this just really pops out and shines when it's right up against those darker values. The sunlight looks so much more vibrant. And by choosing where to put these darker, you still have that gradient, but choosing where to put these things is really powerful, if that makes sense. So we'll bring some of that down here, definitely down here. Moving too quick. All right, let me step back and just look. I think I like it. Think I like it a lot. It is making me happy. Yeah. Beautiful. In my opinion, there's a lot of brushwork over in here that is really nice. It's really nice. Let's see if you can see that brushwork. See the texture. Then in there as well. All right, I need to figure out. right. What do you think? What do you think? Is there anything that jumps out that is unfinished, that doesn't work? Like big picture, big kind of I'll step you back a little bit so you can see what I've done. If you step back, that is you can tell what I've done in changing, not putting a lot of detail back here and then changing the sky, but then making this really look like it's really bright. Because I want it, all of the angles draw our eye there. And that's the feeling I want to create. Muito bem. Muito obrigado. Yeah. I am, this is not my normal jam. This type of architecture, man-made stuff, but some of the best paintings that I do, I think, or the most, not emotional, but like the ones that make the feeling I want are the man-made, like I like this one, of course, or I'm getting where it is, but then a few weeks ago we worked on this one, and it's not my normal jam, but I like that. These farm ones, the hay wagon, it's simple, but, and then of course the one I worked on several months ago on the farm. These little sketches or moments, memories, little moments in time are some of my favorites. Even though personally I'm more drawn to the landscape, but yeah. So even though it's early, usually I paint till 8 o'clock. I think I'm going to say that's done because I could keep dinking with it forever, but it looks like a painting. There's not a lot of detail. You don't see every single ridge like you do in the painting or in the columns. You don't see every stain. You don't see every shadow, every rock down here. But I like that. I like that that this is a painting, not a photo. That's what I want the feeling to be. So I think that I am going to bring you back here and going to clean up a little bit and say goodnight. And I don't know if I am going to be able to paint next week. Probably not. So let me get this set turned around so I can say a proper good night to you all. So we will probably meet again sometime in March because I will be out of state on a little vacation. So, all right. This is the finished product. I really like this. I wonder if I used to have just a mock frame that I could put this in. I think I'm gonna, there you can see it if it were framed. That's what it would look like. Pretty happy with this. Pretty happy with this. So that is where we are. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. What else? Yeah, I don't think I'll be here next week or probably the week after, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So I think I get back March 10th. So mid-March will probably be the next paint live stream. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for following the journey, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Until then, have a great evening and a wonderful week, and we will see you soon.